high school baseball.
It's live on Twin Broadcasting.
Well, once again, we are blessed with a beautiful day for baseball here at Millville High School, Mike Trout Field. Fred Melendez along with Ariel Melendez, and as always, a privilege and an honor. I've said that on our Facebook page, and I mean it. We are very honored and privileged to have you with us here for Millville baseball, as today they face off against the Braves of Williamstown High School. Williamstown is a tri-county league. I think it's Royal Division, and Millville, of course, Cape Atlantic League. So this is an inter-conference game. And Millville, of course, is 10-10 on the season. 11-7 is what Williamstown brings into the record-wise. You see the coaches and the umpires meeting at home plate. But, again, similar records. It's really going to be a matter of who gets the early lead, which pitchers can do the job. And I think we have quite a competition for a lot of good players in this game.
Yeah, and another thing that's of important note is that Williamstown comes in on a 6-game winning streak. So they've been swinging well, pitching well as they've gone on. And we are going to have a pretty good pitching matchup in this one. Sergio Draws is going to start on the mound for Millville. He's got a 2.67 ERA in 4 games this season. Struck out 22, but he's also walked 18. So he's going to have to be careful there with those walks. And we have Chris Montone on the mound, who hasn't pitched a ton this season. And we have been told he will be on a pitch count in this game. As we've kind of seen that in all his games. He's 30 pitches, 50 pitches. But he's been pretty good in just 6 innings of work. He's given up 1 hit, 4 walks, and struck out 15 batters in those 6 innings. He's coming off a 10 strikeout outing in his last matchup against Gloucester Township. So if he's on his game today, despite the fact that he might be on that pitch count, Millville's going to have their work cut out for them.
Well, they're going to have to swing at good pitches because pitchers like that, sometimes they get you to chase the breaking pitches. They blow the fastball by and things like that. So we expect Chris Montone to be that kind of a pitcher. And I did talk to Jim Slade just before the game, and the head coach of the Williamstown Braves, and he said that their pitcher is going to be the DH once he is done with his pitch count. So Chris Montone is going to be in this game either way as the pitcher or DH. And a couple other key players that we should mention as well, Ariel. One is Matt McIntyre, the other one Caden Doolin, and also a gentleman by the name of Jake Slusarski. Those are 3 players that we're going to watch closely for Williamstown.
Yeah, they've been some of their top batters on the season. McIntyre comes in with a .462 average. He's got 4 home runs on the season. He's also driven in 26 runs as well. So Slusarski, which I knew I was going to stumble on today when I saw that name, is batting .422 on the season as we have a kind of a look at those guys and where they sit in the lineup.
Yep, Kyle Bridges, the first baseman, will be the leadoff batter for Williamstown. He is followed by Caden Doolin, who will be playing at shortstop. The pitcher who will be the DH at some point in the game, they'll switch it up. Chris Montone will be the third batter. Cleaning up for the Braves will be Matt McIntyre, the second baseman. Jake Slusarski in center field, batting 5th. The 6th batter is Scott McNulty, the catcher. Matt Murphy playing left field and batting 7th. Number 4, Cade Gargano, is in right field. He'll bat 8th. And the number 9 hitter for the Braves, number 3, third baseman, Drew Montone. So there's your lineup for Williamstown, and we are just about set for today's first pitch. Sergio Draws on the mound. We'll have a bit of a challenge facing some of these batters for sure.
Yeah, and speaking of someone he will see, as we said, Doolin, another strong batter in this Braves lineup. He's batting .357 on the season, driven in 17 runs of his own, also has 2 home runs. So he's going to have quite a test right away in this one.
Well, Draws will have to try to get ahead of these batters and make them chase his pitches. We'll see how it all goes. We're set for baseball here on Quinn Broadcasting. First pitch of the game is on the outside. So it's ball 1. Left-handed hitting batter, Kyle Bridges, looks at strike 1. So Draws comes back and gets the count even.
And that was a well-executed pitch by Draws on the outside corner there. Kind of had the batter frozen.
Draws winds and comes to the plate. Shot right at the shortstop. Good scoop, and the throw across is in time. Good play there by Gavin McGuire to make the short catch and the throw over to David Rodriguez. We have 1 out.
And we are used to seeing Draws over there at shortstop. He's done pretty well over there as well. And as we said, he's had a pretty good year on the mound as well. So, Draws kind of doing it all for Millville.
McGuire doing a good job of scooping. And it's funny how the ball always finds that new player in the lineup. It's amazing. baseball. One out in the inning, and the batter right now for Williamstown is Caden Doolin, the shortstop. Looks at ball one. Draws, now hits the batter with the pitch. So one out base runner for Williamstown. No batter likes to get on base that way, but he'll take the base. Doolin now sets himself at first base with one out. Takes his lead off first base, and now Chris Montone, pitcher / DH for the Williamstown Braves. First pitch on the way, bounces away, and Shapiro cannot handle it. It's going to go towards the right side of the field, and that'll move up the runner. Caden Doolin will take second base on the wild pitch.
Yeah, tough pick there for Shapiro. Kind of seemed like he didn't know where it was at first. That allowed Doolin an easy lane to second base.
1-0 count on Chris Montone, a runner in scoring position. One out here in the top of the first inning. That one sails high, 2-0 on Montone.
Looked like that one just might have come out of Draws' hand just a little bit before he really wanted it to. Kind of just sailed over.
Draws looking to come back from a 2-0 count. Oh, and that one, it hits the bat and it goes fair. Montone racing down to first base. He's out. In the meantime, play at the plate is out. One of the weirdest double plays you will ever see. Sergio Draws throws the pitch behind the batter. Take a look here. It actually hits the bat, goes up the third baseline. Montone doesn't see it right away. So Shapiro goes to first and trying to score from second base and not getting there as Matt Meiswinkle alertly covered the home plate area, and one of the weirder double plays you're going to see in the world of baseball. A wacky first inning, a hit batter, and a double play that's very unconventional. Millville will get its first crack at the plate when we come back.
High school baseball.
It's live on Twin Broadcasting.
The beauty of baseball is that you never know what you're going to see. We had a very unconventional double play ball that actually hit the bat of the batter and went up the third baseline, and before you know it, Millville's out of the jam. Here's Millville's starting lineup. As usual, Sergio Draws will lead off. He is the pitcher for Millville today. Center fielder Wayne Hill bats second. David Rodriguez at first base bats third. Gavin Shapiro, the cleanup batter, in the catcher position. DHing today will be Connor Lacey. He is batting for the shortstop, Gavin McGuire. Nate Robbins, the left fielder, will bat sixth. Batting seventh and playing at second base is Edgar Ramos. Right fielder, number 19, Caden Mulhern, will bat eighth. And Matt Meiswinkle, who, again, alertly covered the plate on the end of that double play, will bat ninth.
And Williamstown's going to see some of Millville's best hitters in the first inning as we see Sergio Draws leading off, batting .500 on the season. He's had 5 extra base hits and has driven in 10 runs. We'll also see Wayne Hill up to bat. He's been Millville's best hitter this entire season, batting .531. He's got 3 home runs and driven in 20 RBIs. So it's been quite the season for Hill and Draws as well.
So Draws and Hill right where they should be at the top of the order. A lot of offense coming through those two gentlemen. David Rodriguez with some home run power. And then you have Gavin Shapiro and a few others who have really put the ball in play very nicely for Millville this year. First pitch of the game by Montone. Misses. It's ball one to the leadoff batter, Sergio Draws. Draws a spectacular shortstop. We've seen him make a lot of great plays at short this year. He is on the mound today to start. He probably will be at shortstop at some point. A lot of times these pitchers do not go the full way, so we'll see what Draws has coming up. He's facing a 2-0 count, swings through the fastball. 2-1.
And that's kind of what you don't want to do for if you're Millville. You have a pitcher on the mound who, you might not know that he's on a pitch count, but you don't want to be kind of giving him easy swings there. Kind of chase that fastball a little.
There's that breaking pitch, a little short grounder. It gets through, and Draws will be safe.
So tough play coming in there by the third baseman. He kind of cut in front of the shortstop to try and make that play. Looks like it might have just gone under his glove, and at that point, you're pretty much was safe to say Draws was going to be safe at first.
Yeah, with the speed that Draws has as the leadoff guy, a little chopper coming in to try to make the play was Drew Montone, but it went through him, and Draws easily gets to first base. So we're going to be charitable and give him a hit, right?
Yeah, that was a tough play there for the third baseman, kind of charging on a play that maybe should have been the shortstop's ball, but obviously we say if he makes the play, it's a great play.
Yes. Well, Wayne Hill looks at ball one. He'll be trying to put the ball into the outfield somewhere. He's done it all season. Runner at first base, leading off the inning, and Montone keeps a little attention on Sergio Draws.
Yeah, Draws kind of getting maybe a moderate lead off first.
1-0 pitch. It's called a strike.
And that's a good location for Montone if he's able to lay the fastball right there.
One the count. Runner at first base, nobody out, bottom of the first inning. Breaking pitch sails outside and maybe low. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, a good eye there by Hill, because coming in that pitch looked like it was going to be in a good spot and just kind of tailed off right at the end, so a good eye for him.
I know Draws is getting a pretty big lead, and Montone couldn't help but notice.
He is starting to drift a little bit further, kind of off the first base bag, so you wonder if maybe they're thinking about it, or at least he's thinking about it. He's starting to take a couple more extra steps now.
Pitch to the plate is fouled off to the right side. That'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now, since the pitcher is on a pitch count, the more that Bill can make him throw, the quicker he'll be out of the game. And as Ariel mentioned, he's a strikeout machine. So that might be a good thing for Millville to keep these pitches coming and don't go out on just 2 or 3 pitches.
And a good job by Hill there, kind of waiting a little bit for that pitch to come in, so he wisely kind of calls for time and takes a step out.
Sergio Draws at first base. Montone takes over a look. Draws is going. Ground ball to short. They'll only have the play at first base. The throw is in time. The throw back to second, but Draws was nowhere really far off the bag. So hit and run play. They do get the out at first base as Caden Doolin gets the ball over to Kyle Bridges in time for the out.
Yeah, a good job there, kind of just keeping the ball down, up to bat there for Hill, kind of allowing Draws to get over there, no problem. And Draws did kind of wind around a little bit just to, if the ball was thrown away, just in case. But he was back well in time when they threw that.
Rodriguez nails one to the gap in right center field. That's all the way back to the fence. Draws will cruise on home. And the Bambino, Rodriguez, laces a double off the right field fence.
Yeah, Rodriguez wasn't messing around there. Saw a pitch he liked right away and went for it. And there was no chance there.
So much for looking at pitches, huh? Of course, it worked out very well there.
When you see a pitch you like, you're going to go right ahead for it. And you watch him chug around the first base bag and kind of almost cruise into second there. Did have to take the slide a little bit at the end, but a nice job there by Rodriguez to swing right away to pitch he liked.
He delivers the RBI. It's 1-0 Millville. Now Gavin Shapiro at the plate. 1-strike pitch is fouled back.
And Montone coming right at Shapiro with these first 2 pitches. Has him down in an early 0-2 count.
Runner at second base, 1 out. Millville's got a run across the board. Time is called. 2 strikes on Gavin Shapiro, trying to keep the carousel moving here.
And Shapiro maybe trying to throw the momentum off Montone a little bit with that time call.
Breaking pitch. Good play by Montone. That'll move Rodriguez up to third. That was not an easy play because it was one of those slow little hoppers that could do all sorts of funny things before it gets to you.
And Montone made sure as well to kind of run almost to first base to make sure he was just going to be able to lob an easy toss there. Doesn't want to have any trouble. Kind of goes almost halfway to the bag, I'd say. But a nice play, a nice alert play on the pitcher's mound.
So there's 2 outs. Connor Lacey at the plate, DHing for Millville today.
And Lacey's also been one of their better hitters since coming up from JV. He's batting .517 on the season. He's got a couple home runs under his belt and has driven in 16 runs total.
Ooh, looks at one inside. Yeah, I got to admire the batters that don't exactly jump out of the box when the ball comes that far inside.
Hey, sometimes you're willing to take one for the team. Yeah, he kind of slowly moved his way out.
Had a good cut there, but didn't come up with it in fair territory, so it's 2-1. David Rodriguez standing at third base. He has the RBI double that has that 1 run on the board for Millville. Montone readies the 2-1 pitch. Breaking pitch. Good job by Connor Lacey not to go chasing that one. That one was a little deceptive.
Yeah, that one looked pretty good, almost, I'd say 90% of the way to the plate, and just kind of dropped off at the end. So a good take there.
Favorable count for Lacey. He rips it foul.
And this is what you want for Millville at the plate. As you mentioned, you want to keep Montone pitching, despite the fact if you may or may not know he's going to be on a pitch count. Regardless, you want to make him work as much as you can in this first inning.
Full count on Connor Lacey, 2 down here in the bottom of the first. And he swung at a high heat. So he's a strikeout victim, and Montone limits the damage to just the 1 run. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 man left on base. We are done with 1, and Millville has the 1-0 lead.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
High school baseball.
It's live on Twin Broadcasting.
Welcome back to Mike Trout Field, Millville High School baseball between Millville and Williamstown. We want to welcome everybody that's watching on either one of the 3 networks that we have. We have Channel 22, of course, Facebook Live, Quinn Broadcasting, and YouTube Live, Quinn Broadcasting. And we want to say hello to people like Cindy Stanger-Cook, who says, "Go Millville," one of our regular watchers. Glad to have you with us, Cindy. We have Mac and Nayland. Yeah, he liked the double play. His comment was, "Nice double play." That was very unusual double play, but we'll take it any way we can get it if you're Millville. Darryl Lowers saying, "Let's go Thunderbolts," and we appreciate all those who are watching. If you like what you see, by all means, hit the like button, and as we go through the game, we certainly welcome your commentary. That ball is shot through the second baseman base hit, a leadoff single by Matt McIntyre. We mentioned he's one of their key batters.
Yeah, and that was a tough play there. A real hard-hit ball over towards second base. Ramos kind of diving out, doing all he could to try and get that.
Ramos, as you mentioned, at second base. David Rodriguez playing first. Gavin McGuire in the shortstop role as Sergio Draws is the pitcher. Matt Meiswinkle's at third. Gavin Shapiro, the catcher. Nate Robbins in left field. Wayne Hill in center. And Caden Mulherron is your right fielder for the Millville Thunderbolts.
Safe to say I think Dross gave it everything he had on that pitch. The hat came off in the meantime.
Yeah, he has trouble keeping the lid on. That's smacked into left field. That's going to be a fair ball down the left field line, chugging towards third, but now he decided not to. As a good job by Nate Robbins to hustle to the ball and limit Williamstown to just one base at a time. So staying at second base right now is Matt McIntyre, and it's a single for Jake Slazarski. Laced it down the left field line nicely.
Yeah, I think that was going to be a tough play there if McIntyre had decided to go to third. He would have kind of had to been thinking three the entire way. He did take a small kind of turn around second base, but it didn't seem like he was really chugging hard for three the entire way. But it was a good play out there in left field to kind of make sure he didn't go any further.
First two men on base for Williamstown, and as you might expect, a bunt attempt by Scott McNulty trying to get two runners in scoring position, but he fouls it off.
Now you can see Millville playing a little bit in at the corners, obviously, to cut off the bunt. Rodriguez a little bit further in at first base than we see the third baseman, Meiswinkle.
Again, the bunt is shown. Nicely put down. Draws has just the one play to first base. So a very good sacrifice bunt as Ramos covers the bag. And it's a sacrifice pitcher to second base.
Yeah, good look there by Draws. It was a hit pretty, I don't want to say too hard, but kind of came right to him. And he thought about third base, but he had plenty of time to get it over to first after that.
Good job by McNulty. That ball was a little inside, but he did everything he could just to make sure he put it in front of the plate there. First pitch missing to Matt Murphy.
A little bit of an early jam here for Draws. He's got runners in scoring position with just one out in the inning. To do everything he can to kind of keep it in the infield.
Nice little ping behind us. 1-1 the count on Murphy. Williamstown trying to answer right back after Millville scored in the first inning. Tying runs at third. The go-ahead run currently at second. Draws deals the 1-1 pitches inside.
Good job by Shapiro to keep that one in front of him.
Pitch on the way is outside. 3-1, and we're one pitch away from possibly loading the bases here.
And this is kind of some of the trouble that Draws has had this season. As he said, he's walked 18 batters this season. You don't want your strikeout-walk ratio to be as close as it is.
Well, he makes the count full now as Murphy fouls it off. The number 7 hitter in the Williamstown lineup, Matt Murphy, trying to get something done for the Braves here. Looks at one low, and the bases are loaded.
Maybe the only good thing you get out of this is it does put an out at every base. So anything hit on the infield has a pretty good chance for Millville to get out of this unscathed.
So Williamstown with a pretty good threat mounting here. Cade Gargano, the batter. That one's outside. Every batter would like to have a situation where the bases are loaded, so if he can get something on the bat that goes, drives it into the outfield somewhere, good things will happen for you.
Anything hits at the gap. There's a pretty large gap between right and center field right now. If he's able to lace it out there, he could end up clearing the bases.
1-1 pitch is outside. Good job again by Shapiro to snag that.
Yeah, and he's going to go talk to Draws, and I think kind of a good idea right there. Draws is not able to really hit the strike zone too hard right now, and when he's missing almost far outside. Probably just gonna do a little, fix his collar a little bit, get him going. I don't think, I think Droz is pretty clear on what the situation is right now, so Shapiro just maybe giving him a breather. Just, you got this. Just, you know what you got to do and come right back.
Gets in the chase. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's exactly what you want to see from Droz there. It would have come back the perfect pitch.
Runner off of third base. Pitch is outside, so the count now goes full, and there is nowhere to put Gargano, so he does not want to walk him here.
Yeah, you got to think Droz is going to try and give him something to hit if he can get it over the plate.
Time for the payoff pitch. Inside and low, so that'll force in the tying run. Coming across the plate to score is Matt McIntyre.
And Droz getting a little bit into some trouble here. Back-to-back walks. And still only 1 out in the inning.
And, of course, the bases remain loaded. Catches the inside corner. Drew Montone, the number 9 hitter in the lineup. Game tied at 1, top of the second inning. Droz tries to get the breaking pitch over, does not quite get there.
Yeah, we've seen Droz have some success with that fastball, but it doesn't seem like the breaking ball is really working for him right now.
Ooh.
Looked like it was going to be
Yeah.
a little further outside than that, but maybe a little bit fortunate.
2-1 the count on Drew Montone. Zips it foul to the right side.
And another situation here for Droz where he's got 2 strikes on the batter. He's just got to find a way to put him away.
Two balls, 2 strikes on Drew Montone. Ideally, the third strike would be good here. Let's see if Droz can pick it up. Popped up on the infield. Infield fly.
Nope, they do call the infield fly rule.
David Rodriguez puts it away officially.
And I think that's the first time I've seen the infield fly rule called in the couple games that we have done.
That's not a strikeout, but it's exactly what you want. Keep the ball in the infield.
You'll take any out you can get, especially if it stays in the infield. So a good job there by Droz to kind of force him to pop up.
Kyle Bridges batting for the second time. Looks at strike 1. He grounded out to short his first time up. Bases loaded with Braves. Jake Sluzarski at third. Matt Murphy at second. And the runner at first base is Cade Gargano. One the count. Droz will step off and refocus. Catches the corner. That's a clutch pitch right there. Good job.
And just by the sound of the way that hit Shapiro's glove, you can almost sense the heat that Droz is putting on these pitches. Almost trying to use that adrenaline to get himself out.
1-2 pitch coming. Breaking pitch, a little slow grounders. Might be a tough play. Ramos gets it there in time. Edgar Ramos, we're going to go back and forth with Ramos and Ramos, but we'll get right eventually. Here's the play. It's a tough play because of the slow grounder nature, but he makes it happen. So Edgar Ramos helps Millville get out of a very tough jam here. Good job of tracking it, making sure the glove and then the throw over, and you see the nice stretch there by David Rodriguez to ensure the out. So Millville limits the damage to just 1 run. They do it on 2 hits, And the bases are left loaded. We go to the bottom of the second, and we're all tied at 1.
At Complete Care, we are patients serving patients. I choose to bring myself and my children to Complete Care because we are a one-stop shop. We use dental, we use medical. I feel as though the quality of care here is great. I love working here. I feel great to work at a place that serves the community. There's a lot of people in need. To me, patients serving patients means we've been in your shoes. We know what great care means to us, and we want to provide that for you.
High school baseball.
It's live on Twin Broadcasting.
Welcome back to Mike Trout Field at Millville High School. Heading to the bottom of the second inning. We're all tied up 1-1, Williamstown and Millville. Mentioning a couple of other things about people watching on Facebook Live, Quinn Broadcasting. Want to thank again Mac Nalen. He's actually watching from Asheville, North Carolina, and he's looking for another win. We also have Tito Zamat watching. He is saying go Millville. Tito Zamat is the family pastor at the New Life. And our our top-notch director says hello. Ryan Narowski saying hello to Tito. Bottom of the second, Millville trying to get that run back. They scored in the first inning. Williamstown answered in the top of the second. Nate Robbins will lead off. It'll be Robbins, Ramos, and Mulherron, the first 3 batters for the Thunderbolts. Breaking pitch, had him way out in front of that. This should be an easy play, and it's made nicely by Chris Montone, so there's 1 out.
Yeah, Robbins just not able to wait back on that one as well. We'll take another look. Had him kind of way out in front. It's the pitch you want to see, but you want to wait maybe just a tick longer.
Yeah, I think he was already kind of swinging, and sometimes when you're already in your swing, that's the kind of at-bat you produce. So a tough at-bat for Nate Robbins, 1 down. Edgar Ramos, the batter now for Millville. Gets it to center field, but it's going to hang up and be caught out there by Jake Slazarski. Had a good rip at it, but right at the center fielder.
Yeah, that's the kind of tough situation you face when you do go down low for a ball is most likely you're going to end up popping it out.
There's your alignment defensively for Williamstown. In the outfield, Matt Murphy in left. Sluzarski, you just saw him make the play in center field. Cade Gargano in right. The infield includes Drew Montone at third. Caden Doolin at the shortstop position. And if you put that back for me real quick, I'll get the rest of them. There you go, Matt McIntyre. See, we work well together. That's my boy Ryan taking care of me. Kyle Bridges is at first base. The catcher is Scott McNulty, and we mentioned Chris Montone is your starting pitcher. You'll see him for a few innings because he is on a pitch count. Once he is done pitching, he will remain in the game as the DH. Pitch missing. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, we saw just before that Mulherron kind of chase high on a high heater. We also saw that happen to Lacey in the last inning as well. Just some batters not able to lay off that high heat.
2-1 pitch. Swinging a little bit late that time.
And you have to wonder if Montone's going to try and go off speed now.
I don't think there's any doubt. I'm just going to say I agree with you wholeheartedly. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Now he went fastball, and it's laced into center field for a hit. Good job of coming back in that count by Caden Mulherron.
You could say with Mulherron, he saw a couple of fastballs in that one. Was late on the previous one, but maybe had a sense to time it out as he did swing almost a little late on that one as well, but was able to get the bat head out on it, and almost a nice play on the pitcher's mound by Montone.
Started first base.
Mulherron did have a pretty good lead over there.
Matt Meiswinkle, third baseman for Millville, now at the plate. Looked like a high fastball again. And Ariel, you were saying, why is it so hard to lay off the high fastball?
Yeah, and Montone's thrown quite a few of them, and we haven't really seen Millville, able to lay off of them. So Montone may be kind of keying in on that, seeing that he can get those high heaters past him.
Tries to go breaking pitch, but it doesn't come into the plate strike zone area enough for the umpire's liking anyway.
And that was a really nice pitch by Montone. Had a lot of good movement on that. A little surprised that they didn't get the call on it, but a nicely executed pitch by Montone nonetheless.
He'll catch the corner this time.
Montone not fazed at all by that close pitch.
So he has the jump on Meiswinkle, 1-2. Time to protect the plate if you're Matt Meiswinkle. Ooh, that was a beauty.
Now that's the sinking breaking ball that he was trying to get the previous pitch and just absolutely froze Meiswinkle.
Yep, this is what you call a rainbow pitch. There's the curve of the rainbow, and the pot of gold, of course, is the catcher's mitt. So there you go. The inning is over on the strikeout. Millville does get one hit and leave one runner on base. And we're done with 2 innings of play, and we're all tied at 1.
Imagine living without pain. For over 35 years, Doctors Beebe and Doyle have helped thousands of people find relief from all types of pain. Millville Chiropractic Center has 4 doctors on staff specializing in hands-on or light-touch, drug-free pain relief methods. The examination, x-rays, therapies, and adjustments are all performed at one location. Schedule a consultation today. Enjoy life without pain and discomfort. Millville Chiropractic Center, the area's #1 pain relief center.
It's time for sports on the Quinn Broadcasting Network. QVC brings you local sporting events, action-packed specials, and play-by-play coverage of the area's sporting activities. From Pop Warner to college sports, Quinn Broadcasting covers it all. Join us now here on QVC for today's exciting event.
Sergio draws, ending his warm-up pitches here as we get set for the 3rd inning. Fred Melendez along with Ariel Melendez and our crack staff of directors and camera people, Ryan Narowski. All the pictures you see provided by the cameraman and, of course, put together by our director. Glad that you are here watching this very nice, spectacular broadcast of Millville baseball along the Quinn Broadcasting Triumvirate, Channel 22. Quinn Broadcasting Facebook Live, and Quinn Broadcasting YouTube Live. Always glad to have you aboard. It'll be the 2, 3, 4 hitters for Williamstown. That means Kalen Doolin, Chris Montone, and Matt McIntyre. Doolin was hit by a pitch his first time up and was the last out of the first inning on one of the weirder double plays you'll ever see. Try to get that re-racked. I know I'm going to ask Ryan for a re-rack of that double play, but we don't have to show it now. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase.
Yeah, had Doolin swinging almost out of his cleats on that one.
Yeah, and he swung a 3-0 pitch, so he must have liked it.
Yeah, with the way he's hit this season, unsurprising he's got the green light on a 3-0 count.
And he looks at ball 4. So he's on base for the second time. That'll bring up Chris Montone, who had a very unfortunate situation when he was batting. He was trying to get out of the way of a pitch that was inside, and the ball hit his bat, stayed fair, and Millville turned what was one of those inverted double plays. They got the out at first base, and then trying to score from second, they got the runner Caden Doolin at the plate. 0-1 the count. There's your runner at first base, Caden Doolin. He's been on base both times that he has batted. Swing and a miss. Might have taken a little bit off that pitch.
And a good job by Draws to be able to come back and throw 2 quick strikes after walking Doolin.
0-2 pitch. That one sails outside. And again, Gavin Shapiro. Can't say enough about the job he's done as a catcher this year. That was another good scoop. One and two the count on the batter. Leadoff walk, and that's all we have so far. Throw over to first base by Draws. Back in time is Doolin.
Yeah, he had Doolin leaning just a little bit, and quicker throw might have been able to catch him.
He is off running, swinging a foul ball, so that will mean Doolin has to come back. So a little hit and run employed by the Braves.
I like the way Doolin kind of just stopped in his tracks, just kind of stood for a minute like, oh, darn, I was almost there.
Mm-hmm.
And Montone almost maybe chased that one a little bit just to try and get the hit and run, look like.
Well, they throw to first base just in case the Braves are thinking hit and run again.
I say, yeah, now Dross has it in the back of his mind. Threw over once, went on the next pitch, and he's going to try and keep Doolin close.
Ball gets through Shapiro this time, and Doolin will get to second base.
Yeah, Doolin was he didn't even really have to run. He kind of jogged his way to second base on that one.
So runner in scoring position for Chris Montone. Facing a 2-2 pitch. Missing inside.
Shapiro tried to hold out there as long as he could. Maybe if I hold it, I'll get the call. We've seen Shapiro do that quite a bit this season. He's been pretty good at framing his pitches.
Well, Chris Montone has come back from an 0-2 count to get the count full. Draws trying to get a third strike or an out on this pitch. That one might have been ball 4, but he got Chris Montone to chase. It looked like it was high and inside to me.
Yeah, that was definitely a chase pitch there by Montone, who's trying to keep himself alive at the plate. As you said, battled back from an 0-2 count to go 3-2 up in the count, but you don't want to then put yourself in a hole when you've been able to come back that far.
Again, the payoff pitch. Belted to right field. Mulherrin is there to make the catch, but moving up to third base following the catch is Caden Doolin. So he is in scoring position for a possible sacrifice fly if Williamstown can deliver that.
And you end up getting the job done, being able to move the runner. Obviously, you had the pass ball that allowed Doolin to go to second. Just kind of moving him over one base at a time as you could, just getting this fly out there to right field.
Inside out at the swing, but he got the job done. He advanced the runner.
And that was too deep to obviously would have had to have been a perfect throw there from Mulherrin to be able to get it to Meiswinkel in time.
Matt McIntyre, the batter. He led off the second inning with a single and scored Williamstown's run. That one's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, it's that outside corner that Dross hasn't been able to hit for most of this game, so we'll see if, Shapiro continues to go to it. See if Dross is able to kind of find that corner.
Gets the call strike there.
That was a similar pitch. Maybe not as much drop that Montone got in the first inning, but some nice movement on the breaking ball, kind of almost just freezes you at the plate.
Doolin at third base has a pretty good lead off the bag. Draw steps off the rubber, so the runner will move back a little bit towards third. 1-2 count on the batter, 1 out. Up in the air, is it going to be deep enough? Mulherrin ranging under it. They dropped the ball. I think they're going to call him out, and then the drop happened on the exchange, or did they call him? They're going to have to. They're going to confer.
The home plate umpire is saying safe. I thought he said the batter was out.
Yeah, they got to confer.
At first, it sounded like the home plate umpire said batter is out, and then made the safe call.
Let's take a look at it and see if he had it long enough to have the out registered anyway.
It's tough on that. I thought he closed the glove around it just enough, and he lost it on the transfer.
That's what I thought.
They are going to call the batter out. Okay.
I think they got it right by conferring. Here, we'll take a look at it. Mulherrin was there the whole time to make it a catch. We'll take a look at it. He's got it. Yep. Yeah, that's
an
out. Yeah, good job by the umpires to get together on that. And of course, they'll have to explain it to Jim Slade why it's not an error instead of an out.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of confusion for me, at least in the beginning, because it sure sounded like the home plate umpire said, he's out, batter's out, and then made a safe call. But yeah, good on the two umpires being able to come together. And as you could see on that replay, it was pretty clear that Mulherrin was under that the whole time, closed his glove on it, and then did lose it on the transfer.
That's how I would have ruled it, and that's how the umpires ultimately decide. So the run is across the plate. That is the most important thing for Williamstown. They now have a 2-1 lead as a result of the sacrifice fly by Matt McIntyre. So the bases are now clear with 2 outs. Jake Sluzarski, the batter, he singled his first time up. Breaking pitch goes low.
Yeah, and despite the out, it is good play by McIntyre to just kind of stay over around first base just in case they had called him safe.
1 ball and 1 strike. Just outside. 2 balls, 1 strike on Jake Sluzarski. Looking to keep the inning going for Scott McNulty, who's on deck. Good breaking pitch has Jim Slade doing the hustle, if you will. Is that how they used to do the hustle back in the day?
Whatever you want to call it. He did a nice play and moved.
We have too much fun up here, don't we?
Move his feet and get out of the way of that one.
Good job by the coach to get out of the way, that's for sure.
He said, I'm not stopping that with my feet.
No. Full count on Sluzarski.
We've seen draws with a couple of full counts in the first couple innings. That's having a tough time putting these batters away when he gets 2 strikes on him.
Goes breaking pitch and getting out in front of it. Sluzarski slashes it foul down the left field side. So the count remains 3-2, 2 outs. Williamstown does have a run across in the inning, so they lead 2-1. Once again, payoff pitch time, 3-2 count. Right field, Mulherrin is seeing a lot of the ball this inning, and again, he's camping up under it and makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. In fact, he got all 3 outs of the inning. But Williamstown takes the lead. A leadoff walk coming back to bite the Thunderbolts. Sacrifice fly by Matt McIntyre has this game at 2-1 Williamstown as we head to the bottom of the 3rd.
I'm Bart Feldman, and this is TNF Camera. We are a full-line photographic studio and camera store. We invite you to come in and take a look at the products and services that we provide, from youth sports, high school sports, school pictures, and a wealth of photographic equipment. The advantages of coming to a store is you have the ability to talk to people and see exactly what you want to purchase beforehand. It's TNF Camera, 1362 South Delsey Drive here in Vineland.
High school baseball.
It's live on Twin Broadcasting.
Still on the mound for Williamstown is Chris Montone. He's working with a 2-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Top of the order up for Millville, Draws, Hill, and Rodriguez. They did a good job of producing the 1 run that Millville has in the bottom of the 1st. Braves making a mound visit, now separating to their positions. Sergio draws his first time up. Had a single, and he scored the 1 run that Millville has on the board. Looks at ball one.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity here for Droz to help himself out up at the plate as well. He's had kind of a tough outing on the mound so far. He's able to kind of help himself out at the plate. He's done well in the season there.
Count even at 1-1. That one sails outside. Tried to take something off of that one. Sails outside, so it's 2-1.
And a good eye there by Droz. He kind of took a step like he was going to go for it, but well enough to lay off.
Same pitch, same result. 3-1 the count. Let's see if Millville can get a leadoff walk and do something with it. You know, I really do trust that fence. I didn't really flinch on that.
We're getting better. We're getting better at it.
Full count now on Droz, leading off the bottom of the third. He asked for time, so he'll step out. Payoff pitch by Montone is ball four, so there's your leadoff walk.
And that's a tough pitch there to take for Droz. It's right on the outside corner.
The first walk that he's allowed. He has 2 strikeouts and that 1 walk.
And we haven't seen too many walks from Montone on the season. Just his 5th walk so far this year.
Bringing you into the booth for a second. Pitch is high for ball 1. Wayne Hill grounded out to short his first time up.
Another good situation here for Hill, similar to his first time up, has a runner on first. And he's been well known to hit the ball hard.
It's always good to have the runner first base distract the pitcher just enough, because maybe he'll make a pitch that's not the one he wanted, and the batter can capitalize on it. 2-0 the count on Wayne Hill.
And a couple close pitches here by Montone, just not able to get that strike call. He keeps going back to that same spot, though, trying to get even the batter to flinch.
Hill doesn't quite come up with it. It's 2-1 the count. Montone readies the 2-1 offering, checks the runner at first base. And it's Sergio Droz, who is off and running. He is going to have the steal. Didn't want to call it too early, but I'll tell you what, my eyes kind of tried to gauge the situation. Looked like Droz was going to get there. And he did.
And Hill ends up pulling back on the bunt. It turns out to be a strike anyway.
Good job of staying on the bag, too, by Droz.
So not sure if Hill thought that just wasn't going to end up being a strike, and that's why he pulled it back, but nonetheless, Droz does get to second base on the play regardless.
So the count is even on Wayne Hill. Runner in scoring position at second. Montone again throwing that breaking pitch, hoping that Hill will chase it, but he does not.
I don't think we see too often Hill really kind of chase anything outside of the zone. He's been a pretty good hitter at the plate like that.
He'll foul this one off, so we'll redo it. Again, if you're watching on Facebook Live, hit the like button, make a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. We will make note of that on the broadcast. We are also located on Quinn Broadcasting YouTube Live and on Channel 22. Mound visit there is over, as going to talk to his pitcher was Scott McNulty.
Yeah, full count here for Hill. He's had to kind of fight off a couple. He does just that again.
Yeah, he came in with the heater, if you will. And Wayne Hill did a good job just to make sure it, at the very least, fouled it off. So we'll see another pitch.
And Hill doing a nice job of making Montone work. As we've mentioned, is on some kind of a pitch count. He's only thrown 6 innings of work so far. He is in the 3rd inning of this one. I have to wonder how much longer Williamstown is going to let him go.
That is hit towards right field. And it is caught in right field. That'll move Sergio Draws to third base. It's a good job by Cade Gargano to read that. Sometimes those line drives coming at you like that, hard to read them, but Gargano makes the play.
It kind of trailed back further than maybe he thought it was going to at first, but did a nice job just to be able to stay under it and make the play.
A little bit of a slip there after he caught it. That made it a little easier for Draws to move up. And with 1 out, stands at third base, so a chance at a sacrifice fly for a guy who puts the ball in the outfield quite often, David Rodriguez. He had a ringing double his first time up, and he gets hit by a pitch. So he will not get the chance to drive in the run.
And as we mentioned earlier about some guys who are just going to kind of let it hit them, is Rodriguez couldn't really do anything anyway to get out of the way of that one. He just kind of took that one and then just took his jog to first base.
So runners at the corners with 1 down. That'll bring to the plate Gavin Shapiro. He grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. Sergio Draws the third. He wouldn't mind finishing his trip around the bases. Yeah, 1 out. Mm-hmm. Back to first base. Hernandez is back. I'm sorry, Rodriguez. I've done that all year. David Rodriguez, first base. Sergio Draws. Keeps his eye on the pitcher. Meanwhile, the pitcher comes to the plate and misses. Two balls and no strikes on Shapiro. Runners at the corners with 1 out. Williamstown taking the lead in the top half of this inning. Millville trying to respond here, but Montone gets the strike.
And Shapiro bats in the middle of the order for good reasons. He's been a strong hitter for Millville this season and has a great opportunity here to tie the game back up with runners on the corners.
Grounded in the hole. Good job of getting to it. That was a great play. It'll score the run, though. That's the most important thing for Millville. Matt McIntyre really making a nice play on what he had the range very well to his left. What he did very well as well is just to muffle the ball to make sure he had an out at first base, if nothing else. That's a good job of making sure you got the ball, and he throws over to first base in time.
Yeah, as you said, a nice job there. You weren't going to get the double play at that point when you had the range that far off, but being able to get any type of out there is helpful in that situation. He did make a really strong play and had to throw from his knees on that one.
It was a good at-bat by Shapiro because he got the run home and ties the game at 2. Connor Lacey, 0-1. He struck out his first time up. Runner off of second base is David Rodriguez. Breaking pitch, gets the called strike. So he has Lacey in an 0-2 hole right now.
And there's kind of not much you can do on that pitch because by the time you notice it's in the strike zone, it's pretty well past you. I have to wonder if Montone's going to go high heater again. He's had Lacey swinging a couple times on it.
Connor fights it off. That was a tough pitch to foul off.
Yeah, you're in a battle situation here if you're Lacey, so anything, you're kind of swinging at almost everything you see unless it's completely out of the zone.
2 strikes to count on Connor Lacey. There are 2 outs in the inning. Millville has tied the game at 2. Foul tip.
And I have to think Lacey wasn't looking to swing on that one. He just kind of accidentally put the bat out. Almost fortunate, though, to get the foul tip on that one. I have a feeling he would have got the ball call if he doesn't hit it, because I don't think the bat went out too far. But
That one's way outside, but no further advance. The ball came right back to the catcher, and McNulty pounced on it quickly. Rodriguez, not your fastest runner, so he didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, a good eye there by Rodriguez. Obviously, you have to kind of make a quick decision there. As you said, that one bounced pretty quick off the fence. I'd have to think for Rodriguez to go, it would have had to have kicked off a little further than that.
Again, Connor Lacey fighting off a pitch. He's battling.
Yeah, he's done a good job to spoil some of these pitches from Montone, and again, make him work a little bit more than he wants to.
6 pitches in this at-bat already. Two and two the count. Yeah, you got to think that Chris Montone, after that first at bat, wants to try to get Lacey to chase again. He did not on that pitch.
Yeah, he got him on the first pitch of this at bat swing in high heat, but Lacey's done a good job of kind of laying off the outside now.
Yeah, and he gets it this time again. Came right back with a strong pitch, and he gets the out on a strikeout, but Millville does come back, and the leadoff walk turning into the tying run. We are through 3 innings of play. Millville 2, Williamstown 2. And we'll be right back in a moment as Thunderbolt Baseball is brought to you by... There's the... that's the RBI. I'm sorry, Ryan. I wasn't on the same page with you.
I'm Bart Feldman, and this is TNF Camera. We are a full-line photographic studio and camera store. We invite you to come in and take a look at the products and services that we provide, from youth sports, high school sports, school pictures, and a wealth of photographic equipment. The advantages of coming to a store is you have the ability to talk to people and see exactly what you want to purchase beforehand. It's TNF Camera, 1362 South Delsey Drive here in Vineland.
High school baseball.
It's live on Twin Broadcasting.
Okay, no surprise that these two teams are battling back and forth. Millville had the first lead of the game. Williamstown rallied for 2 runs, and Millville got the tying run back in the bottom of the third. So we are 2-2 as we start the 4th inning here at Mike Trout Field. Again, glad to have you with us on Quinn Broadcasting Facebook Live, Quinn Broadcasting YouTube Live, and on Channel 22. Ball is slapped to right field. Mulherrin, nice job of getting there and does not catch it. So getting into second base is the leadoff batter, Scott McNulty. I don't know how close he came. It looked like he was in the vicinity of trying to catch that. I think we're going to get a pinch runner as well. Let's take a look here. Yep. I'm not sure how close he actually came to getting that, but he looked like he was ranging in a nice spot when the ball falls.
And that's 4 straight hits over to Mulherrin, so Braves making him work a little bit. Just wasn't able to come up with it on that one. As you mentioned, the pinch runner there for McNulty looks like it's number 1, Dane Dine, who's going to do the running for the catcher.
The throw down, not going to be a good throw. Shapiro had the right idea because the runner was well off second base, but the throw was on the shortstop side, and luckily it did not go into center field.
Yeah, they had Dine leaning quite a bit off the base, but yeah, their shortstop kind of on the wrong side.
Popped up, Shapiro will have an easy play, throws to second, no.
It was an even closer play there, had Dine off again, and I think maybe a better throw does get the double play there, but a good job there from Shapiro to get the out on the pop-up, and not what you want to see if you're the Braves up to bat.
Well, you like to think of trying to get that lead run to third base with less than 2 outs, but when you pop up the bunt like that, that nullifies it.
Actually, a better throw than it looked live. Just kind of almost put it in between the runner and McGuire over there. So kind of made it a tough pick there for McGuire, but doesn't get too far away from him, so Dine's has to hold up at second.
Cade Gargano not at the plate for Williamstown. Walked his first time up, and he walked with the bases loaded, so he got an RBI walk. Led to the first run of the game for Williamstown. Gargano awaits the pitch from Draws, but Draws will step off the rubber, so we'll reset. There's your runner at second base, Scott McNulty. He is there because of a double down the right field side. That's in the hole, and that's going to go through into left field, so moving up to third will be McNulty. It's a single for the batter, Gargano.
Gargano putting it in the perfect spot, just far enough for McGuire where he couldn't reach it, and Dine doing the right thing, making sure it is going to get through the hole before he gets to third.
Yes, that is Dine, the pinch runner. Melendez forgot there was a pinch runner. So the corners are now occupied by Braves. 1 out in the inning, and the number 9 hitter, Drew Montone, he popped out to the first baseman his first time up.
And yet another tough situation for Draws. He's been in a couple of these in the first couple innings. Runners on base, one in scoring position. If he's able to get the ball on the infield, he's looking for the pitcher's best friend here, and the ground ball double play would get him out of the inning.
Throws to first. Runner is back safely. Dine at third base, Gargano at first. 1 out. Runner breaks. Shapiro throws, and it's going to go into center field. That'll bring the run across. A tough day throwing the ball to second base for Shapiro, and this time it cost Millville.
And a tough decision there at all for Shapiro to even throw it to second, knowing you've got a runner on third. And he actually kind of fell down making the throw, so he didn't really get as much as he wanted to on it. And because of that, ball just kind of just grounded in there and not able to make the pick over there.
So Williamstown regains the lead, 3-2. Pitch to Montone is called the strike, so it's 2-1.
Yeah, and this is kind of what you don't want to do when you're Millville, is kind of trade runs each inning. As we said in the beginning, Williamstown coming in on a 6-game winning streak. You don't want to trade offensive blows with them each inning.
3-1 the count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Williamstown has scored single runs in the last 3 innings now. Have a chance for more here in the 4th. Ball gets away. Shapiro throws it down the line. That'll bring home a run. Throw to second base is not going to be in time.
It's just been a tough day behind the plate for Shapiro. These last couple throws, as I'm not sure what Montone was trying to do there. He almost tried to take third as if Millville wasn't taking a mound meeting, I should say.
Tough inning. Millville creating some problems for itself with some throwing errors.
And it looks like it is just going to be that. It looks a long talk here to Draws. There's a couple pats for him. As the defense has had a couple tough plays this inning.
Yeah, the ball got by Shapiro, saw the runner breaking, and the throw was pretty much well off the third base bag. That allows the runner to scoot all the way home. Gargano scores, and winding up at second base is Drew Montone.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if I want to say the wrong decision maybe for Shapiro. I think a better throw at least makes it a little bit closer, but kind of a tough decision there. Ends up costing Millville again in this inning.
That's well slashed. This time it's right in line with the right fielder. Mulherron makes the catch.
Now the Braves really making Mulherron work these last couple innings. Didn't really have to kind of move on that one, though. But he's gotten his money's worth out there in right field today.
He has seen the baseball quite a bit. 2 outs in the inning, 2 runs across, and now the batter is Caden Doolin. He has been hit by a pitch and walked, and missing the target that time was draws no advance by the runner.
Yeah, and a much better throw there. Had him leaning quite off. I think it was kind of tough just because second and shortstop there for Millville were a little bit further off the bag. But Shapiro with a nice throw over.
See the runner taking his lead off second base. Strike is called. 1 ball, 1 strike. Caden Doolin at the plate. Takes the ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Caden Doolin, no official at bats yet. Hit by a pitch and a walk. Grounded to short. Nice play there. The throw across is in time to end the inning. So Gavin McGuire makes the throw across in time, but it's a good inning for Williamstown. They score 2 runs. The leadoff double getting things started. Some bad throwing situations for Millville. They get the 2 runs and they now lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th, 4-2, Williamstown.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
High school baseball.
It's live on Twin Broadcasting.
And just as we expected, Chris Montone, sorry, we've got 2 Montones in this game, is done on the mound after 3 innings, or after a couple innings of work. Taking over him is number 30, Pat Zeitzinger. As we said early on in the game, Montone will stay in to DH, so Zeitzinger is just going to do the pitching. But kind of almost not surprising, I would say, that was Montone's last inning of work. So he had thrown quite a few pitches. He was able to get out unscathed from it, but had thrown probably more pitches than intended. But is done well so far in his couple innings of work. Has a couple strikeouts. As we mentioned before the game, had 15 strikeouts in just 6 innings of work, and he's added a couple of those this afternoon.
Yeah, 3 strikeouts, 1 in each inning. And limited Millville's attack. Gave up the 2 runs, and Millville, of course, has trailed a couple times in this game. They'll have to play some catch-up once again.
Yeah, and we'll see if they're able to get to Zeitzinger right away. Is maybe seeing a new pitcher will kind of help some of them out. They've chased a couple of high heaters in this one, and that breaking pitch was really working for Montone. So they'll hope that a new pitcher kind of gives them new hope. So we'll take a look at what Zeitzinger has done on the season. He's pitched in just 2.1 innings, given up 1 hit and hit 1 batter. So he's relatively fresh to this Braves pitching department.
Nate Robbins will be the leadoff batter for Millville. 1-0 the count. That's grounded to short, directly to the shortstop. Scoops, throws, and he throws it past the first baseman. I don't know if he would have beat it out or not.
Yeah, Robbins was running pretty well down that first base line, and that was not a fast ball rolling to the shortstop at all.
Yeah, he would have been out at the throw bin there. So that's an error on the shortstop. So more importantly for Millville, they have their leadoff man aboard, and Edgar Ramos at the plate. He hits it well to left field, going back over the head and back to the fence. Matt Murphy couldn't get there. Rounding second and getting into third is Robbins, and it's a nice double. Edgar Ramos rips it to left field. That's going to be my detriment. I just got that Spanish in me too much, you see? And he's using the English pronunciation. I'll tell you what. Edgar Ramos, credit for you for a line double to left field.
And Ramos didn't waste any time on that one. Came into this game .333 on the season.
So Millville, as you said, Ariel, making a response against the relief pitcher. That was a well-shot ball by Ramos over the left fielder's head. Murphy couldn't get there, and it's an easy double. Just a matter of whether or not Robbins can get to third. That's hit down, the line drive, and did they turn two? Yes, they did. Boy, that changes the complexion of the inning. Great play by Drew Montone, an unassisted double play. That was a shot to third, and he was even playing off the bag pretty well. So Robbins, again, I guess they took too much of a lead off the bag. Just a great play by third baseman Drew Montone. Matt Meiswinkle, the batter now. He struck out looking his first time up. Now, on that play, as long as you tag the bag first, you're good. It's one of those weird baseball things. We'll take another look at it. Right at the third baseman, and he just basically beats Robbins back to the bag. So, very clutch double play for Williamstown. Meanwhile, the strikeout. So, boy, did this inning turn around in a hurry. We had the error, the double, and then we had a double play and a strikeout. So, Jekyll and Hyde, I guess, pretty much for that inning. Here's the last pitch. That was outside. Wow. Sorry, Ump, that was outside. But you called it. We head to the top of the fifth.
Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union is your hometown team for banking. We offer banking which is small town focused and customer based. We know you and we are for you. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union is a nonprofit and federally insured. Solid as a Thunderbolt airplane, we are your team. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union, 1601 Cedar Street.
Hi, I'm Bob Millard, President of Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union. Come see us and experience banking as it used to be.
High school baseball.
It's live on Twin Broadcasting.
So rather rough bottom of the fourth inning for the home team as they had their first two men on base. That double by Edgar Ramos really set up Millville nicely, second and third, nobody out, but a double play ball and then a strikeout. And Williamstown survives without giving up anything.
Yeah, Millville kind of doing what they needed to do, getting runners on right away, but just a real tough play. It was a hard hit ball to third base, and this was off the bag just a little bit too much.
So we head to the top of the fifth inning, and it's the 3, 4, 5 hitters for Williamstown. That slapped Rodriguez. Nice scoop. That was not an easy play, and Chris Montone didn't even bother to go to first base.
Yeah, that was a really good pick over there by Rodriguez.
Yes, it was.
Said, all right, no worries, Serge. I got this. No worries, you can head back to the mound. It's all me.
I just like the reaction of Chris Montone. As soon as he saw Rodriguez call, he said, nah, you got it.
He said, there's no point. I'm just going to go back to the dugout. Sometimes you got to tip your cap to the fielder.
That'll bring up Matt McIntyre. He is 1 for 1. He has a sacrifice fly RBI. Led off the second inning with a single and scored a run. 2-0 the count to him. Swing and a miss. Got it right by him.
That was some nice heat there by Draws. He remains on the mound for Millville. It's been kind of a tough outing for him. But Millville's got a busy schedule this week, so maybe trying to keep from having to go to their bullpen.
That's going to be a tough play, and it is a foul ball.
Yeah, it ends up kind of almost at the fence. There was a lot of ground to cover for Mulheron. I think he got about to the foul line before that one dropped.
So the count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Williamstown enjoying a 4-2 lead. Fouled straight back. Draws deals the 2-2 pitch. A little high. Full count on the batter. Grounded. This is going to be a tough play. Meiswinkle. Actually not as tough at all, as the runner did not exactly break up the third baseline, so he is out.
Yeah, McIntyre actually fell after the hit, so it made it a much easier play. As he stumbled over, he slipped in the dirt, so he was kind of well out.
Yeah.
And we are going to have, could this be it for Draws, it looks like?
Yep, he's handing the ball over. So Draws will go to shortstop. That much we know. He is the regular Millville shortstop.
And looks like Lacey's going to come to pitch.
Okay.
So I wonder if we might have him stay in the DH spot and just a switch over at shortstop. Could be what we end up seeing. As you said, yeah, we know for sure Draws is going to short.
Okay. So basically the pitching change is Lacey comes to the mound and Millville no longer has the DH, and we'll see Draws go to shortstop. So lineup-wise, Millville's still the same.
Yeah, we like it when it's nice and easy.
Yeah, we'll take easy.
Millville's been known to make quite a few changes on the field. So make it nice and easy for us. Lacey up to pitch, and Draws moves over to short. Just a couple easy changes for Millville. So you've seen Lacey pitch, at least we've seen Lacey pitch once this season.
Gave the thumbs up to the umpire for letting us know the changes. We don't usually get that from the umpires, do we?
Yeah,
they just make changes and that's it.
Yeah, we've had pretty good kind of communication, and he's kind of looked right at us too and kind of let us know as well what's been going on with some of the changes. So that is helpful to us, as looks like that's going to be it for Lacey's warm-up pitches. As he'll get ready. We'll see how long Lacey ends up kind of in the game, as there are 2 outs in the inning. We'll see if he gets just this, maybe just this out. But to say with Millville, again, having a busy schedule this week. As far as I know, Millville's got 5 games this week. Couple makeup games. Believe they still have to make up the game against the Prep as well.
It's tomorrow.
And then have a couple of other scheduled games this week.
Yeah. Yeah, I got word that tomorrow is the day for the St. Augustine game. They'll be here, I believe, for that makeup game. That game was rescheduled from last Wednesday. Jake Sluzarski, the batter, popped up, and it is out of play, so 1-1 the count. Sluzarski has singled and flied out to right field. He's 1 for 2. Oh, took something off that pitch and had Sluzarski swinging at air.
Yeah, I've noticed that from Lacey's outing on the mound in the previous game. We saw is he has some really good breaking balls. He's able to take a lot of speed off of it.
The count evens out at 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Again, he went with an off-speed pitch, and Sluzarski fouls it back.
Yeah, Sluzarski almost kind of a desperation swing maybe on that one. It seemed like he was kind of out in front of that one. See if Lacey continues to go to the breaking ball.
He did there, and he fouls it off again.
Have to think, though, he might have to change it up as Sluzarski seems to kind of be timing up that breaking ball.
Yeah.
You see if Lacey maybe puts some heat on this next pitch.
Yeah, he wants to speed up the bat a little bit. Let's see if he comes in with a little bit more heat this time on a 2-2 count. Sidearm, and he catches the inside corner. So Connor Lacey comes in and gets a strikeout to end the inning, and it does wind up being a 1-2-3 inning for Williamstown. So as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, watch the sidearm delivery. And there it is on the inside part of the plate, called a strike 3. So we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, and Williamstown continues to lead 4-2.
Evil, it surrounds me everywhere. Every day I come face to face with life-changing decisions. Mom, Dad, is there help? Mom, Dad, what's the answer?
Stop by, we can introduce you to him.
High school baseball.
It's live on Twin Broadcasting.
Well, the Thunderbolts will hope for a better result of the previous inning, as they got 2 runners on base with nobody out. Runners in scoring position they were, but a double play and a strikeout ended the threat for Millville. A great promising start to the inning, but a very dud finish, if you will.
Yeah, Millville really did what they needed to do in that inning, getting runners on right away. But as you said, a tough double play, a hard hit ball right to the third baseman. Just kind of froze him over there. And unable to make anything happen as Zeitzinger's out for another inning of work. So Millville did get to him a little bit in that inning. They'll try to do the same again and cut into this deficit.
Top of the order up for Millville, Draws, Hill, and Rodriguez. Strike 1 is called on Sergio Draws, who has singled, he has walked, and he has scored both of Millville's runs. So he's doing his job from the leadoff spot.
And as we mentioned, there are no batting changes for Millville. All that happens is they lose the DH as Lacey moves to the pitcher spot and Draws moves to shortstop as McGuire is out of this game.
2 quick strikes on Draws. And he just managed, it was caught. I heard a tink, but I guess the catcher caught it, so that is a strikeout.
Yeah, had kind of Draws just wasn't fully into that bat, it seemed, as Zeitzinger was able to get just 3 quick strikes on him and sit him down pretty easily.
So that brings up Wayne Hill. He's grounded out to short and lined out to right, 0 for 2. Looks at one high and outside. One 0 pitch. Hill puts a nice tag on it. Is it going to fall in? No, it's not. Cade Gargano gets to the ball and makes the catch, and Wayne Hill just looks to the sky and said, better times next time.
Yes, Gargano didn't have to come in too far to make that play. Hill got just underneath it a bit too much. Made it kind of a relatively easy play for Gargano.
David Rodriguez stepping in. He has doubled, knocked in a run, and he was also hit by a pitch.
And almost got hit by another one. So that came in pretty well inside, but does get the strike call.
Ooh, that one goes right over his head.
And you see Rodriguez up there just kind of, as he ducks down out of that one.
You don't really have too much time to react to something like that. 1 ball, 1 strike on Rodriguez. Make it 2-1.
Almost has to kind of duck out of that one, too. And, I mean, Rodriguez, as we've mentioned, is a bigger guy, so we've seen him kind of have to duck out of a lot of these pitches.
Well, Zeitzinger is really staying inside on him, and he's got 2 strikes and 2 balls, so it's 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, Rodriguez isn't really on the plate. He's kind of actually further back in the box, but Zeitzinger really trying to back him up.
He is working him inside the whole time.
Yeah, and he's been able to execute fairly well because a lot of these pitches have gone well inside on Rodriguez. Aside from that high one over his head, he's done a nice job at avoiding contact. Rodriguez did get a piece of that one, just enough to foul that one off.
So he'll get to see another pitch in this at-bat. That one's hitting. He worked him inside the whole time, and that time he got too far inside. Second time that David Rodriguez has been hit by a pitch today.
And kind of good on Rodriguez not to even bother. Just take your base, go right up the first baseline. As Zeitzinger was really pitching him inside. As I said, it wasn't if he was kind of crowding the plate, because you do see a lot of pitchers try to back guys up when they're close to the plate. But just really worked it inside and finally kind of lost the grip enough to hit him.
That'll bring up Gavin Shapiro. Ball is high.
Yes. Rodriguez didn't really have much of a lead. I think the first baseman was further off the bag than Rodriguez was.
He was. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. McNulty keeps looking over at first base, but Bridges is, as we said, further off the first base bag than Rodriguez has been.
2-0 pitch coming to Shapiro. Grounded in the hole at shortstop. Good backhand. The throw is in time. Caden Doolin with a nice play going towards the hole and got the one hop over to first base. And Bridges made the catch. As we take a look at it here, pretty well placed by Shapiro, but the play was made by Doolin. He got to the ball and made a quick throw. That made the play possible, and a good scoop over at first base. So Millville is done after 5. That's the 1 runner left on base. And we move to the 6th inning of a 4-2 game in favor of Williamstown.
Evil. It surrounds me everywhere. Every day I come face to face with life-changing decisions. Mom, Dad, is there help? Mom, Dad, what's the answer?
Stop by, we can introduce you to him.
Connor Lacey working in his 2nd inning. Top of the 6th coming up. The visitors from Williamstown with a 4-2 lead.
As Shapiro just now getting out to the plate, but Lacey's already thrown, I believe. Well, they are going to give Lacey another warm-up pitch with Shapiro coming out. He'll get just one toss and a quick toss to second. Kind of sounded like they weren't going to give Shapiro a pitch to catch there, but umpire does let him get one before we start this inning.
Williamstown will be sending up Scott McNulty, Matt Murphy, and Cade Gargano. Pitch is called outside. McNulty on the day has sacrificed and led off the 4th inning with a double. He was then pinch run for by Dane Pine, who wound up scoring what was the go-ahead run at the time. popped up. In the middle of the infield, Draws is taking charge, and he makes the catch. Sergio Draws with the put out, and there's one away.
And Draws had to come in quite far on that one, as it maybe seemed to almost fool him a little bit, but with that speed, pretty easy for him to get over to it. And I think, unsurprisingly, the hat did come off.
One out, and that'll bring up Matt Murphy. Call strike.
Yeah, that was a kind of a tough pitch on the outside, but it seems like we've been consistent with that strike call.
Oh, what a rainbow of a pitch that was.
As again, Lacey doing his own version of what Montone did earlier on in his outing. There's nothing you can do once you find that one.
Grounded, Lacey does a nice job of recovering from the windup and makes the play. 2 quick outs here for Millville, defensively.
Yes, Murphy kind of did time up that, we'll call it that, I think they call it the eephus pitch. They did some nice work on being able to just time it just right, but that's a tough pitch to be able to do much with once you do make contact, and a nice play by Lacey just to kind of walk it over to first.
Cade Gargano swings through the first pitch.
Lacey already with 2 quick outs in this inning. We want to try and get that third one out quickly as well.
And he gets ahead of the batter once again, 0-2.
There's some real quick work for Lacey. He almost is already into the next pitch before he gets the ball back. So he's ready to get out of the inning.
Oh, inside out swing, and that was a well-poked ball. Good piece of hitting there for the single. Well, he reached down inside and got that one. Cade Gargano, give credit to him for that. I think he might be saying, yeah, that ball was a little inside, but I got it.
Yeah, and I have to have a feeling, just the way that one sounded, that one had probably stung the hands a little bit. I think he got that off the top of the bat head. And, yeah, there was really no play there for Mulheron, as that was just a well-placed ball.
Yep, good piece of hitting, although it was a little awkward, but Gargano got the job done. Drew Montone now.
And sometimes they don't ask how, they ask how many.
Now a bunt. Lacey gets to it, throw to first base, and it's an easy out. Not sure why that was done with 2 outs, but Millville will gladly take it. Lacey fielding his position well once again. So no runs on 1 hit and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's Williamstown 4 and Millville 2.
High school baseball.
It's live on Twin Broadcasting.
Once again, the pitcher for Williamstown, Pat Zeitzinger, in relief of Chris Montone. And he's done a pretty good job against Millville in the 2 innings he's worked, although he was in trouble in that 4th inning. An error and a double gave Millville a 0 outs and 2 runners in scoring position, but the defense got it done, a strikeout, and then in the 5th inning, just a hit batter with 2 outs. So Zeitzinger's doing the job relief-wise for the Braves.
Yeah, and almost running out of time in this one. Bottom of the 6th, still down by 2 runs. So obviously credit Williamstown with the nice defensive plays that they've made. But Millville has to start taking advantage of their opportunities. They've been able to get runners on base. For the most part, I believe, have they gotten a runner on base to start each inning?
Let's see. The
Or
first
a couple
inning,
innings at least?
First inning and the 3rd inning and the 4th. So 3 of the 5 innings, they did get their leadoff man on base, but they only have 2 runs to show for it. Lacey, although he's doing a good job relief-wise on the mound, has struck out twice, so he'd like to change that fortune just a little bit. He's facing the new pitcher this time, and he looks at strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on Connor Lacey. He'll be followed by Nate Robbins and Edgar Ramos. Ooh. The fact that Connor even got out of the way of that is amazing.
Yeah, he had to stumble back a little bit. Just missed the top of his helmet. We've seen Zeitzinger kind of go a couple of by, and Lacey had to stumble out of the way of that one.
3-1 the count now on Lacey.
Yeah, we saw in that same about with Rodriguez that Zeitzinger eventually lost control of the pitch after going inside a couple times, went over the helmet of Rodriguez once as well.
Well, he walked him on 5 pitches. And we'll get a pinch runner, I'm sure, for Connor Lacey. Usually we see somebody come in for a runner like that, and I think Foster will be the pinch runner, usually is.
I don't know.
No, they're not going to pinch
Lacey
run.
throws off the guard, so it looks like they're going to let him run.
Okay.
It is an opportunity. Usually we've seen it with Shapiro a couple times, as well as draws earlier in this game. We've seen it with Shapiro in a couple different games.
Popped it straight up. Oh.
And a nice
I'll tell you what.
play by Zeitzinger.
I think Zeitzinger was thinking the catcher would take charge of that, but McNulty did not react to it, and that made it a tough play. But Zeitzinger waiting for the catcher to come out, but I got it. Oh, yeah.
Almost had the ice cream cone that one too. Yes, McNulty never reacted as if he was going to make the play on that one, and real tough by Robbins. He kind of chased that one up in the zone on the bunt attempt.
That's lofted inside the second base area, and that's going to be 2 outs. Matt McIntyre putting it away.
And again, tough situations for Millville. Again, getting the lead batter on base, but following up with back-to-back pop-ups. So you don't want to have to wait until the 7th inning to try and make the comeback. You want to try and get at least a run, if not both, in this inning.
Caden Mulherron, the batter, he is 1 for 2. He singled his first time up, and then a great play by third baseman Drew Montone where he wound up hitting into a double play. Swings and does not come up with that one. The count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Connor Lacey at first base. 2 outs for Millville. Grounded to third. It takes a bad hop and no play.
Yeah, tough play over there at third base for Drew Montone. Kind of bounced on him the first time. I think maybe if he was able to get it off the first bounce, might have had a chance. But once he kind of wasn't able to get a hand on it, it was easy sailing there for Mulherron.
Connor Lacey hustling into second base to take away that option. So Millville now with runners at first and second. Let's see if they can capitalize on the error. Pitch to Meiswinkle, second baseman, makes the play. So good job by Matt McIntyre to grab the ball and tag the bag to end the threat for Millville. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 2 men left. We head to the top of the 7th inning, and it's still Williamstown 4 and Millville 2. Thunderbolt Baseball is brought to you by...
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
High school baseball.
It's live on Twin Broadcasting.
We move on into the 7th inning. Connor Lacey now working in his 3rd inning. Came in the 5th to get the last out of the 5th inning. Pitched a fairly solid sixth inning, gave up the one single, but then made a couple of defensive plays himself. And now here we are in the seventh inning, and Lacey on the mound for the Thunderbolts. He'll be facing the top of the order for Williamstown. Kyle Bridges, Kalen Doolin, and Chris Montone. Home plate umpire urging them to get started here. Kyle Bridges, 0 for 3 so far, a couple of ground outs, and then he lined out to Mulherron in right field.
Yeah, Millville would certainly like to keep him off the board.
Chases one.
Yeah, tough swing there, but does get a little bit of encouragement from the bench. Nice swing, nice swing.
I think I heard that was a low ball. That's what I heard. Nothing like constructive criticism from your teammates. That one's launched to left field. Robbins ranging under it, and he will make the catch.
Yeah, sometimes your teammates are your best critics.
Yes, they are.
Someone did try to help him out. Someone did say nice swing. But he had a maybe good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, I think that's what that was. You heard the nice swing. I heard that was a ball, dude.
Gotta keep him honest. Keep him honest up there.
What out here? Kalen Doolin, the batter. Hit by a pitch, walked, and then grounded out to shortstop his last time up. 2-0 count on Doolin. Can't get the strike there either. It's 3-0.
Hey, Lacey trying to stay inside on Doolin, just not able to keep it up as much.
That one sails way inside. So 4 pitches, and it's a walk to Doolin.
Yeah, the wind picking up just a little bit. I have a feeling that last pitch might have come out too soon, and the wind kind of aided in that one. It's kind of the first tough at bat we've seen from Lacey on the mound in his first couple innings.
Yeah, 5 straight pitches out of the strike zone now. Chris Montone hit into one of those weirder double plays in that first inning, but since then he has also flied out and grounded out to first.
And another one over the head of Montone is Lacey's just unable to find the strike zone at all in this inning.
Doolin takes his lead off first base. No. 3-0.
And Millville still only with a 2-run deficit. Is you want to keep it at that going into your final at bats potentially. You don't want to walk back-to-back batters.
Gets the inside corner that time. Runner breaking, pitch is foul back. So the count is full.
And good job by Lacey to battle back in the count. They said had thrown 6 straight balls, but able to get consecutive strikes. Braves trying to put a runner in motion. Try and maybe put some pressure on Lacey up at the mound.
Counter steps off, so we'll reset. Full count on Chris Montone with 1 out and 1 on here in the top of the 7th.
Keeps an eye on first base there. I wonder if the Braves put him in motion again.
Ball is hit to center field. Wayne Hill ranging under it. He'll make the catch, so heading back to first base will be Caden Doolin. Again, hit and run, but Millville gets the out. 2 outs in the inning. Here's the hit and run play.
Yeah, Montone able to get the bat on it both times in the hit and run situation. This time does get it fair, but just hangs up plenty long enough for Hill to get under that one.
Pitch is fouled to the right side, and again the runner looked like he was breaking.
Yeah, I think the Braves here trying to make maybe Lacey a little nervous on the mound, trying to maybe see if he'll focus on the runner so much. As he does break again, he left way before the pitch was even thrown. Had no chance, but kind of looked like he broke even before Lacey was in his windup.
Well, Caden Doolin now at second base. And I think we have a balk. Yep. So the runner's now at third. There's the previous play where Doolin stole second base on the strike call. 2 strikes. Now you just want to focus in on the batter. 1 and 2. The balk, of course, moves the runner to third. Inside.
Yes, Lacey has done a good job being able to get strikes across the plate now, but obviously the stolen base, I don't even know if I was a stolen base, defensive indifference almost.
That's lashed into left field, but fortunately for the Bolts, it's foul. That had all sorts of trouble written all over it.
Yeah, just on the outside of that line. Certainly would have been an extra base hit for McIntyre to think. It would have been at least a double. Obviously would have drove in another run for the Braves, but Lacey and the Bolts just fortunate it was on the outside of that line.
So we reload and see what happens on this next pitch. Nice and tight on the batter. McIntyre backs away. Two balls and 2 strikes. Oh, they got the corner. Well, it's been called a few times today. Connor Lacey with his second strikeout, and he avoids any further damage here by Williamstown in the 7th inning. That was outside.
At least when the umpire's consistent, he'll take it. He has been pretty consistent on those outside strikes.
Both teams.
I mean, we'll take it.
Both teams suffered that same fate to end an inning. So Millville with its last chance coming up. The head coach there putting them all together. Dan Fimiani telling his troops, guys, we need 2 runs. Let's get it done.
At Complete Care, we are patients serving patients. I choose to bring myself and my children to Complete Care because we are a one-stop shop. We use dental, we use medical. I feel as though the quality of care here is great. I love working here. I feel great to work at a place that serves the community. There's a lot of people in need. To me, patients serving patients means we've been in your shoes. We know what great care means to us, and we want to provide that for you.
High school baseball.
It's live on Twin Broadcasting.
Well, if there's a silver lining to start the bottom of the 7th inning, down 2 runs, it's that the top of the order is due up for Millville. So you've got your best hitters coming up to try to make something happen. You need to rally to get 2 runs to keep the game going. And they have the right men up at the plate to do it. Sergio Draws, Wayne Hill, and David Rodriguez.
And Draws has had a couple extra base hits this season. Bolt would certainly love if he's able to do that here as Zeitzinger's back for another inning of work.
Yeah, he came in to start the 4th inning. This is his 4th inning of work, and he has allowed just the 1 hit. This one's heading foul and out of play. So Sergio Draws in an 0-2 hole right now. Zeitzinger with 2 strikes on the batter, leading off here the bottom of the 7th. Bounces that pitch in.
Yeah, it was a pretty easy take there by Draws. That one kind of bounced before it even got up to the mount or got up to the plate.
One and 2 the count on Sergio Draws. And he swings and misses. 3 strikeouts now for Zeitzinger. Of course, Millville faced this same scenario as we look at the strike. In the basketball season, we recall it well, a 15-point deficit that the Thunderbolts erased in the state tournament and won in overtime. Can the same thing happen on the diamond? Jabbar Barrienta. There's a looper. That's going to find some room. Oh, he caught it.
An incredible play.
He proved me wrong.
An incredible play out there by Sluzarski. He had to cover a lot of ground on that one.
I mean, Hill couldn't do much better than the place it where he placed it, but Sluzarski, can't tell if from that angle whether he caught it or not, but they're going to give him credit for it, so that's really all that matters.
It looked like he did it. It was a really nice play there by Sluzarski to cover all that ground and end up having to go out for the dive. Not sure if Zeitzinger just dropped the ball, and they say no harm, no foul. Millville down to their last out.
David Rodriguez trying to keep the game alive for the Thunderbolts.
And again, the right batter's up for Millville, Rodriguez, and if he can keep it going, Shapiro as well will be able to bat. Rodriguez again takes another one inside. And Zeitzinger hasn't been afraid to go inside on him.
Well, these teams know each other, and they know how they hit. And you know that Rodriguez is one of their big boppers. Lacey's one of their big boppers. So they're going to stay inside him, not let him get across the plate to swing the bat like they would want to. It's a good strategy.
But a really good at-bat here by Rodriguez to lay off these pitches. Got himself in a favorable 3-0 count.
And he does walk. Rodriguez has been on all 4 times. He was hit by 2 pitches. He doubled in the Millville's run in the first inning, and now he walks.
As we are going to have a pinch runner, and kind of exactly what you thought was going to happen here as Rodriguez comes out. That's Cephas.
Tyon Cephas
will come in. Millville put some speed on the bases with Shapiro up. Shapiro coming in, batting .405. Has had pretty good season. He's got 13 RBIs on the season. Slugging nice .619 for Millville. Kind of a good batter to have up in this situation. As we mentioned, kind of the heart of the order for Millville.
Gets a strike called. Cephas at first base with 2 outs. 1-1 the count on Gavin Shapiro. Tried to circle that ball in, but he does not get the call. Two-one pitch. That sails high.
And Zeitzinger in a little trouble here. Hasn't been able to hit the strike zone these last 2 at-bats.
I mean, they're 2 different sports, but you wonder if basketball carries into baseball here. Can Williamstown make this happen? There you go. It's back-to-back walks with 2 outs. Where's Barriento? We need him to bat.
I don't know. We got a pretty...
we have a pretty good batter coming up, though. That's possible with this guy up.
As we are going to have another pinch runner for Millville, of course. Kalon Foster coming in to pinch run for Gavin Shapiro. So Millville really put the speed on the bases. And Lacey's been known to put a good swing on the bat, so anything to the outfield. But you have to imagine, we see the left and center fielder playing very deep. So Williamstown certainly playing no doubles defense here. Still have 2 quick runners on the bases. So if Lacey's able to put a charge into this one, we could see possibly both runners come around.
Well, if you believe
It's time
in
for-
magic, and that is a song, yes, I know. You have the two runners on base with walks, 2 outs. And we have had one walk-off win by Millville here against Vineland that was very memorable. This batter right here had the double that tied the game. That's a tough strike call.
Yeah, Zeitzinger, again, staying on the inside on Lacey. Doesn't want him to be able to extend that bat out and get any pop.
Exactly what we meant about Rodriguez as well. They don't want those big men to get the bat extended like that, and now it's 2 quick strikes on Lacey.
And Lacey's going to have to battle here. He's had to kind of do that in each of his at-bats. You have to wonder if Zeitzinger's got the same thinking that Montone did and try and throw it up on him, as he hasn't been able to lay off those pitches, but we'll see if Lacey's able to put a charge into one.
And he got him to chase the high heat. So if you will, Williamstown does not let the magic happen a second time. And the Williamstown Braves will win this one by the count of 4-2. Very happy outing for the Braves, of course, and 2 pitchers that really got the job done today. Their 2 pitchers, starter Chris Montone and Pat Zeitzinger. They got the strikeouts they needed along the way, and as we mentioned, they kept the ball away from the big bats of Millville, namely Rodriguez and Lacey. They did not really let them extend, and even though Lacey extended on that one, it was a pitch that was high and outside, so he couldn't get to it. Good job by Williamstown to win this one. Our final score is 4-2 as we take a look at the last pitch. Let's see where it was exactly, and it was high. Yep.
It was right at Lacey's eyes, and you can see his reaction as he really wanted to throw that bat.
Yep,
And
yep.
kind of rightfully so did. That wasn't the third strikeout that he chased the high pitch.
Yep, tough day for Connor Lacey and the Thunderbolts. They lose this one by a 4-2 count. We'll take a timeout and be back with some final words in just a bit.
Imagine living without pain. For over 35 years, doctors Beebe and Doyle have helped thousands of people find relief from all types of pain. Millville Chiropractic Center has 4 doctors on staff specializing in hands-on or light-touch, drug-free pain relief methods. The examination, x-rays, therapies, and adjustments are all performed at one location. Schedule a consultation today. Enjoy life without pain and discomfort. Millville Chiropractic Center, the area's #1 pain relief center.
I'm Bart Feldman, and this is TNF Camera. We are a full-line photographic studio and camera store. We invite you to come in and take a look at the products and services that we provide, from youth sports, high school sports, school pictures, and a wealth of photographic equipment. The advantages of coming to a store is you have the ability to talk to people and see exactly what you want to purchase beforehand. It's TNF Camera, 1362 South Delsey Drive here in Vineland.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union is your hometown team for banking. We offer banking which is small town focused and customer based. We know you and we are for you. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union is a nonprofit and federally insured. Solid as a Thunderbolt airplane, we are your team. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union, 1601 Cedar Street.
Hi, I'm Bob Millard, President of Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union. Come see us and experience banking as it used to be.
Evil. It surrounds me everywhere. Every day I come face to face with life-changing decisions. Mom, Dad, is there help? Mom, Dad, what's the answer?
Stop by, we can introduce you to him.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
High school baseball.
It's live on Twin Broadcasting.
Well, it's a Monday. Mondays are tough days for most of us, and it winds up being a tough day for the Millville Thunderbolt baseball team as they drop a 4-2 decision to the Williamstown Braves. If you go by the first inning, Millville had things going their way pretty well as they got the 1-2-3 inning in an inverted way in the first inning. Williamstown had a runner at second base. As we watched the ending of the first inning, you watch that we're looking at the actual at-bat that led to a double play. But nonetheless, Millville got a double play on this batter here, Chris Montone, who's one of our stars of the game. He's a starting pitcher, and I guess you credit him with the win since they were ahead when he left. The ball will come inside here, and it hits his bat, goes up the third baseline, stays fair, and they throw to first base to get the one out there. And trying to come home from second base was the runner, Kalen Doolin. Millville got one of those weird 2, 3, 5 double plays. Let's take a look at it again. It hits the bat here, and just for some reason stays fair. So Shapiro goes out, fields it, throws a good throw, strike to Rodriguez, and Matt Meiswinkle heads up play to cover the plate and turn a double play. So that's how the game started. Millville then got a run on the RBI double by David Rodriguez in the bottom of the first inning, but Williamstown came right back, got a run, the tying run in the second. We have our stars of the game, our 2 pitchers. Come on in for a minute. This is our starting pitcher, Chris Montone. Chris, first of all, congratulations. I understand you were on a pitch count today.
Yeah.
How many pitches were you allowed?
I threw 59. The goal was like top off was like 65. So
okay, so you were right where you wanted to be.
Yeah, so I cut off after the third.
Talk about that first inning double play. I mean, that's the last way you want to hit into a double play, I'm sure.
That was probably the most odd thing I've ever had happen to me at the plate. Definitely never seen it before, but
it makes baseball a great game because you see things you've never seen before.
Yeah.
But you took them out and you did a very nice job. Kept Millville at bay. I mean, they got the run in the first inning. Mm-hmm. Your team came right back. How important was that for your team to tie the game right up?
Yeah, I mean, really important. I mean, I went out there today. I mean, I don't think I had my best stuff today. So, I mean, it gives you a lot of confidence, especially after me and then going into Pat, knowing that we have a lead out there.
Now, you only gave up 3 hits. Trying to look quickly, 3 strikeouts. You did hit a batter and walk a batter, but you kept Millville pretty much at bay. You guys looked like you were pitching inside to certain pitchers, Hernandez and Lacey, all the big hitters. It looked like you were trying to work them inside so that they couldn't stretch out and hit the ball hard.
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely trying to mix it up to the guys in like the middle part of their lineup. Umpire definitely had a tighter zone today, so I mean that made it a little bit difficult, but still the same approach. And
you guys then took the lead in the third inning. The 2 runs in the fourth inning wind up to be the difference. I guess it's you hate to see the other team make mistakes to do that, but the throwing of the ball in that fourth inning led to the 2 runs. So you capitalized that, and then your relief pitcher came in, Zeitzinger, and he came in and shut him down as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to see. I mean, he's only a sophomore, so I mean, it's great to see how much projectability he'll have in the next 2 years.
Have you pitched much this season? I understand you haven't done too much pitching.
Yeah, I mean, I was coming off an injury winter, so that's why I'm on a pitch count, so still building back up. This is my 3rd time throwing, so I'm going to continue to build up.
Well, you gave your team a chance to win. That's all that matters. And I think you're technically the winning pitcher. No, you're not.
No.
Well, no, you were in the game when you took the lead, so yeah, I think you get the win. Yeah, the 2 runs came in the 4th inning. You pitched the first 3 innings, right?
Yes, I did.
So you were still the pitcher of record when they made the change. So you had the lead. We're going to call you the winning pitcher today because that's the way it looks to me. Yeah. Congratulations on a nice effort. Good season. Now you guys are 12-7. Yep. Pretty much of a winning streak you're on as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's great going into playoffs, to build off from something. We had a slow start, so this is definitely what we needed.
Very good. Now, your relief pitcher's in the wings here?
Yeah, he's down there.
Okay. We're going to take a quick break and have our relief pitcher, I guess he gets the save if you get the win. Williamstown with a 4-2 win. We'll have our second star of the game coming up right after this. Congratulations.
Perfect. Thank you for having me.
Imagine living without pain. For over 35 years, Doctors Beebe and Doyle have helped thousands of people find relief from all types of pain. Millville Chiropractic Center has 4 doctors on staff specializing in hands-on or light-touch, drug-free pain relief methods. The examination, x-rays, therapies, and adjustments are all performed at one location. Schedule a consultation today. Enjoy life without pain and discomfort. Millville Chiropractic Center, the area's #1 pain relief center.
High school baseball.
It's live on Twin Broadcasting.
Well, Chris Montone, the winning pitcher, pitched the first 3 innings, and then this gentleman came in and took care of the rest. Pat Zeitzinger, you get the save, I understand, because you were ahead when you came in. Kind of a rocky start, though. That 4th inning, they got the first 2 on. They had 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. Talk about the way your defense came up and really got you guys out of a jam.
Well, I mean, I threw it right down the middle, hit a hard line drive right to third baseman, and made a good play, diving back to third to double it up. And then I don't actually know what the last out of the inning was.
So the last out of the inning, you struck out the last man looking.
Curveball or something.
Right. And then the only hit you gave up was that double. Everything else, so no hits, a couple of hit batters, 3 walks, but you basically kept Millville from hitting the ball anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, had a good curveball today. Was doing good, and got the fastball by him a couple times, and good plays. Obviously, center field, dive and play in the last inning. So.
Has your defense been that good all year? Because that double play was very key to that inning.
They've been good.
Mm-hmm.
Good defense this year. So.
Okay, this is how many pitching starts that have you started games as well? Just a reliever?
Yeah, I've just pitched 2 innings before, and that's it.
You didn't look like a 2-inning pitcher today.
Yeah.
You kept Millville off the board, and we congratulate you on a 4-2 win. Thanks for joining us. Our stars of the game, again, are 2 starting pitchers, the 2 pitchers for Williamstown, Chris Montone, and, of course, Pat Zeitzinger. Congratulations. We'll be back with a final word right after this. Thanks for coming up, man. Good luck the rest of the way.
I'm Bart Feldman, and this is TNF Camera. We are a full-line photographic studio and camera store. We invite you to come in and take a look at the products and services that we provide, from youth sports, high school sports, school pictures, and a wealth of photographic equipment. The advantages of coming to a store is you have the ability to talk to people and see exactly what you want to purchase beforehand. It's TNF Camera, 1362 South Delsey Drive here in Vineland.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union is your hometown team for banking. We offer banking which is small town focused and customer based. We know you and we are for you. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union is a non-profit and federally insured. Solid as a Thunderbolt airplane, we are your team. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union, 1601 Cedar Street.
Hi, I'm Bob Millard, President of Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union. Come see us and experience banking as it used to be.
It's time for sports on the Quinn Broadcasting Network. QBC brings you local sporting events, action-packed specials, and play-by-play coverage of the area's sporting activities. From Pop Warner to college sports, Quinn Broadcasting covers it all. Join us now here on QBC for today's exciting event.
So the Williamstown Braves avenged the basketball season here in the baseball season. They come away with a 4-2 win, and they do it on the strength of a couple errors in that fourth inning that led to the 2 runs that made the difference in the game. Williamstown, of course, got the 2 pitchers that did the job. As we mentioned, Montone and Zeitzinger really did a good job on the mound. Millville finishing with just 4 hits on the day. And quite frankly, Draws and Lacey did a good job on the mound as well. They only allowed 5 hits. It was those 2 errors in the fourth inning that really made the difference, if you will. The double, the walk, single as well. So Williamstown did earn that inning, pretty much getting people on base, but 2 key throwing errors led to the go-ahead runs and the 4-2 victory. So, Ariel, your thoughts on today's game? What did you see?
Yeah, as you mentioned, I think Lacey especially came in and did a really strong job in relief of Draws. Draws struggled a little bit throughout the game, gave up a couple walks. Obviously, those errors hurt him in that inning that ends up being kind of the winning runs for Williamstown. But pitching did the job for Millville. It was kind of an uncharacteristic game for the batters. And Williamstown did a nice job of shutting down some of their big guys. Rodriguez, Lacey obviously had a couple tough strikeouts in this game. Wasn't able to lay off the high heat, and credit to the Braves, they kind of went in on that. They saw he was unable to lay off that high heat, knew especially in that last at-bat that he was going to kind of be swinging at anything he could. Yeah, so obviously, credit to the pitching again of Williamstown as well for being able to kind of key in on these Millville batters.
Yeah, we talked to the pitchers, and Rodriguez and, of course, Lacey are 2 key hitters for Millville. They stayed inside and really tied up both of those players, even though Rodriguez, of course, he hit the first pitch for that double and got the Thunderbolts on the scoreboard, but Williamstown's offense came back, got the game tied. They took the lead and took advantage of those 2 errors for the victory. We're going to mention a couple things here as we watch the double play. This is the inning that Millville really had a chance to get right back in the game. But you see the great play by the third baseman, that being Drew Montone.
Great play
by Drew Montone in his area. That was by Caden Mulherron. And we'll watch the play again as Mulherron really ripped it down the third base side.
Shot to third.
But it was right at the third baseman.
He was even playing off the back.
He made the play. Montone. Drew Montone had just enough time to get back to third base to double up the runner, and that pretty much ended the rally. Millville had it going, second to third, no outs. What a turnaround that is to get 2 outs at third base.
Yeah, and it looked like for the first couple of innings, this was going to be a back-and-forth game. We were seeing kind of both teams kind of get runs in their own half of the inning, and that could have been the inning for Millville to really kind of break this one open. And that double play really hurt him, and you kind of saw it the rest of the way. It was tough for them to really get anything going after that. So Williamstown doing a nice job of shutting them down in that inning. As you said, getting those runs on the couple of throwing errors, a couple by Shapiro in that inning that allowed Williamstown to get the lead, and a lot of credit to Zeitzinger for coming in. See, as he had talked about earlier, he'd only pitched a couple innings before this, but with the amount of kind of strength he had on those pitches and his ability to keep it inside on those batters, looked a little bit more than he had thrown 2 innings before this. Did a really nice job in relief of Montone to kind of keep the Millville hitters off balance.
Yeah, the only hit he gave up was that double to Ramos that set up second and third. The rest of the way, he did not allow a hit. He did walk 3 batters and hit a batter, but Millville just couldn't get their offense cranking enough beyond that inning to damage the 4-2 score, or to at least get back into the game a little bit. So that's the final, 4-2. The 7th straight win for the Williamstown Braves. They are now 12-7 on the season. Millville is a game under 500 now at 10-11. Want to thank our great producer. He keeps me straight, even though I make name mistakes and a few other things. But we keep all the pictures rolling and give you the action as best as we can. And that, of course, Ryan Narowski, our director and producer. The cameras were worked today by Brandon Kiley, Ryan Ellis, and Dylan Reed. Graphics and intros, all the things that you see in between innings, the intros and the outros. George Cuccia and Pastor Richard Myers doing that for us. We have a great crew of people here at Quinn Broadcasting, and I certainly hope that you enjoy all the games we present, not only during the baseball season, but we have football coming up in the fall and, of course, basketball in the winter. So plenty of opportunities for you to check out the teams that we have for you here on Quinn Broadcasting. We're always grateful for your viewership and all the comments that you do make on Facebook Live, all the likes, and we certainly hope that you've enjoyed our coverage this year. Millville still has a few games to go. Tomorrow, a very tough test right back here against the St. Augustine Prep Hermits. We'll see how they fare against the team that last time I checked had only lost one game in 18 or maybe 19 games, if you will.
Yeah, the Prep 20-1 on the season.
And I believe they won the Diamond Classic, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So good stuff there. And just a reminder that we do have Olympic Day broadcast coming up. That is happening on Friday morning. Pride in Millville. That is Thursday night at 6 o'clock right here on Quinn Broadcasting. And all sorts of other great things that you can watch here. Of course, Jim does a good job. Jim Quinn does a good job with all his Around South Jersey interviews. I've had the pleasure of interviewing a few sports figures, namely Brian Propp and Jalen Demby the other day, about a week or so ago, about his Super Bowl experience with the Rams. So plenty of great focus on what we have here. We have Insight with Mayor Fanucci from Vineland, and he was talking with Jim Quinn. That'll be happening tomorrow night. Wednesday night at 6 o'clock from the Queen Restaurant in Vineland. So plenty of things that go on here at Quinn Broadcasting. We enjoy bringing them to you, and we hope that you enjoy watching them. For Ariel Melendez, I'm Fred Melendez. Final score, once again, Williamstown defeats Millville on the baseball diamond 4-2. Have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you soon.
This has been a QBC television production, in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22, and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC, programming that serves the South Jersey market.